Cold Creek Kennels is based here in Rexburg, Idaho, and is a family business that breeds large breed dogs and ships them all over the world. And because it is a small family business, they operate on very small
So you're presenting.
staff.
I already know that because I'm the owner.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I wanted to be able to do for you as Cold Creek Kennels is be able to find a way to help you to expand not only your user base and your customer base, but as well the word of mouth aspect that comes from social media. So the problem that has become is that because this is a small family business, there is a lack of the interview process to bring people in with certain abilities, such as modern technology. And that modern technology is essential in this day and age. And so what I've decided is that the best way to help Cold Creek Kennels to expand their business, to increase their profits, as well as to increase the amount of positive ratings online, is to use user-friendly social media. Companies today no longer have the luxury of being able to just put up billboards or put signs in the street or hand out flyers. We don't get free lunch anymore, is what it's called in the marketing world. We have to get in their face. We have to get where they are. And the majority of people today are on social media. They talk to each other. They post things that are going on in their life. Not only can you get them talking about your website, you can get them talking about your company. You as well can find out things that they like so that you can adapt your brand name, your logos, your style to the things that they are going to appreciate. We have this web called the internet that connects every human being on the earth almost. And that's a very powerful tool. That's an incredible thing that we have access to, and Cold Creek Kennels today is not using that to the best of its ability. So the reason I decided to come at this from a marketing angle is because I'm a part of a small team, a marketing team for a company called Avercast LLC in Rigby, Idaho. And what we do is we manage social media accounts, Google reviews, product launches, as well as event planning for our newest products. And the products that we sell are kind of typically hard to market. They're software designs, new features for those software designs. And they're kind of hard to just, pick up an item and show, look how cool it is. So marketing is important in that aspect. And I've learned a couple things about that marketing in working for this company that I would like to apply to Cold Creek Kennels. And so those three things are that publicity is good publicity, no matter what it is. If you can get your name or your logo or your image out in the media, then it's good because people are seeing it. It doesn't matter how they feel about it. It doesn't matter if they do anything about it. It's all going to turn around into good publicity. Word of mouth as well is valuable. And not only is that word of mouth valuable, it can be fed. You can post specific things. You can get engagement. You can get people talking about things, tagging their friends just by asking questions, posting giveaways or videos or just anything that the public would find interesting that they would find on social media. As well as incentives create that engagement. Like I said before, if you have some sort of giveaway or some sort of interaction with your product, such as a dog kennel, posting videos of the puppies, asking questions about what things people like, or asking for name ideas, anything simple like that is free to you. You can post on social media and you are getting advertising out of that. And I'll get more into that as I go on. But I wanted to talk about the benefits some more about social media, because Cold Creek Kennels now has a Facebook page, and it's not typically well run. It's hard to kind of understand. We're not boosting our posts. We're organically posting photos and videos, and people are liking that. We have about a 500 people follower base since we rebranded, but I have a challenge that I think that can go up to 50,000 if we are able to use multiple streams of social media, not just one, and if we use that to our advantage, knowing the demographic base of each social media site. And so almost 9 in 10 companies today in the United States are using social media for marketing purposes. It's no longer an option if you want to have a successful business to be on social media. And it's more important now than ever to be on multiple channels of social media as well. There was a study in 2014 that was done by a company called adweek.com talking about businesses that were starting up in the US today. And 100 or more employees were sampled, and they stated that 88% of the companies that they had been in contact with, that they had been starting up, were using social media for marketing purposes, and almost completely only using social media for marketing purposes, and they were succeeding. The reasons that I found included the fact that organic posts and boosting your posts are a seed growth mentality when you do get them out there in the community, because you plant that seed and then people start doing the marketing for you. You post a photo of a puppy that's cute for Cold Creek Kennels, someone's going to share that. And then you immediately increase your viewer capacity from not only all of your followers and the people you boosted it to, but all of their followers and the people they boosted it to. And let's say one person from that second follower base shares it to their account. And then you've expanded not only from your follower base to the sharer's follower base, but the third follower base as well. And it can continue to spread. And it goes from that little seed, that organic post that you created, to this mass user base of people who are knowing the name Cold Creek Kennels and are associating it with a well-organized, well-planned branding and logo design. And so that survey was incredibly successful for me in trying to understand why it's important for us to use social media in marketing today. And so I wanted to talk about a case study that I have had experience with recently. So on the marketing team that I'm on, we have a new team manager, and he used to do all the marketing for a company called FinFun. And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's it kind of blew up overnight. And so this company for Cold Creek Kennels, I don't think they'll know who they are, but they are a mermaid tail company. Of all random things to sell online, they create these bathing suit mermaid tail combinations. And
started with grandma making them for her grandkids.
It started with a little old woman making them for her grandkids, and someone posted a photo online asking where they could get some. And so they started selling them basically just online through social media. And as they did that, they started to grow. They expanded not only from one channel to social media to another. They now have their own full website. They now have a warehouse outside of Idaho Falls where they ship all over the world, and they are one of the more successful startup companies within the last 2-3 years in this Idaho area. And they started out of Arizona, actually, but they've expanded thus. And they now have a 4.6 average rating on Amazon. People know who they are. People are mimicking their products, and they're creating this niche market that is so small yet so widespread, all because they started on social media with 1, 2, 3 posts, and they shared them. And that is something that could be possible for Cold Creek Kennels. There are so many other successes that have done the exact same thing. There are websites, social media sites dedicated specifically to startup companies, like Kickstarter. That is one of the more successful ones out there, and they've created so many brands now that are almost household name. Like the Oculus Rift virtual reality has created a craze for virtual reality, and that started on Kickstarter, as well as Purple Mattresses. Exploding Kittens board game. I don't know if you know what that is, but I have played it and it's so fun, and I had no idea it was an online startup. All of these companies started from working out of someone's home, working out of someone's garage, or one small business, and they've expanded to beyond what they could have even imagined because they used social media, because they used online resources and media marketing. And so back to these three things that I learned in working in media marketing. Publicity is something that you're going to get through that expanded user base in social media. You can create word of mouth online, which is going to travel much farther than from person to person organically. And as well, those incentives that you can create through online engagement, people enjoy social media, they have fun with it, is something that, as we can see, are represented in social media marketing. And so I thought a little bit about why it was so successful when I was trying to figure out how to create this plan, this problem solution. And I started to wonder exactly how many people actually use social media in the US and worldwide. And so, as you can see, 81% of people in the US have at least one social media account. Multiple of them from this website, statistica.com. The majority of those people have more than one, but this is just the percent of people who have one, i.e. one Facebook account, or one Instagram account, or all of the social media channels that are dominated today, as well as that's 1.96 billion worldwide social media users. And Cold Creek Kennels isn't just a U.S. company. We've shipped in the past to Canada as well as to European countries down south. We've stayed mostly on this continent, but I definitely think that if we are able to use that 1.96 billion users of social media to our advantage, then we are going to be able to expand exponentially from the small group, the very grateful group of customers that we have, to a worldwide name. And so the process that I have decided and created for Cold Creek Kennels as a solution to this lack of media marketing is this. I've talked a lot about a unique brand, a recognizable logo. And so the first step is going to be doing just that, creating an online presence that is cohesive, representative of our brand, visually appealing, as well as understandable to someone who's just going to be scanning through a page. That goes down to logo design, color choice, channel design, as well as deciding what exactly you want your content to be. If you want it to be an angle towards the fact that you're a family company with photos of your team doing the jobs that you do every day that make Cold Creek Kennels successful. Or if you want the photos of the dogs themselves, creating a happy, comfortable, fun, everyone loves puppy photos kind of account as well. Those could both be equally successful on different social media channels. On Facebook, a family-friendly atmosphere might be more successful. On Instagram, an artistic and visually attractive photo of a dog might be more successful there. So specifically creating a customizable brand and logo for each channel is going to be step one. Step two is going to be establishing those designs on social media accounts, being constantly on them, posting, understanding your customer base, and watching the demographics of people who are reacting to your posts. And then the third step is going to be maintaining, seeing what's working, seeing what's not working, adapting as things go, and if necessary, rebranding a year from now. That's hard to do, but it could be the most effective opportunity for Cold Creek Kennels to rebrand. It might expand their user base. You might learn that one thing doesn't work, and you might see that another thing does. And so moving from step by step organically and going with the flow of how things go for about a year is going to be the best option to see how social media can affect our company. And so when thinking about this and trying to explain why this is important to the family of Cold Creek Kennels, I thought a lot about what was going to be most valuable to them. And marketing, in the group that I've been working with, we have learned that marketing is an investment, and it's an investment that is best made in mass amounts. The best part about social media marketing is that you plant a little bit of seed money, but the majority of the marketing is done by your users, by those who are following you, those who are sharing your content, enjoying the things that you have to say. And it came down to this quote that I found that says, "You can never go wrong by investing in communities and the human beings within them." Where do you find communities nowadays? And that's going to be online. It's going to be social media channels, pages, things that you're going to want to connect with to access more people than you could talk to in one day, person to person. And so that investment in the communities and the human beings who are connected with those communities is going to be the best possible way for Cold Creek Kennels to expand their business and become successful, to become a name that people will recognize and trust.
Okay, thank you.
I'm over time.
Right, go ahead.